Alright. Subnautica is going to be its own thing. RimWorld's going to be actually returned here soon. FF7 Randomizer will probably continued after this, but I've been wanting to play this for a while. I've been wanting to record this for a while. Nobody will play it with me, so fuck it. We're going to go solo like I did when I originally played it. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I'm going to try to do everything I can all the way through to the end of the game. I've done a lot, just not the absolute end game shit. So, even though I was just done, I've already done this multiple times, I was just farming it. As per fairness on the screen, I will at least show me going through it one more time, because I do need to get maybe 1 or 2 more artifacts left. It's recommended you farm a lot of shit, just do this one over and over again to farm out all the artifacts and a lot of the shit you need to get the novice gear, the novice's weapon, everything. If all goes well, this should be the very last time I go through this dungeon. It's just since this is the very first dungeon, I recommend you do it repeatedly and farm out all the artifacts at the end of the level right away. Because they give you a good start to magic, defense, and strength. Not to mention a good variety of items to help you out. And I did notice a couple of changes from single player to multiplayer. In single player you can do spell fusion by yourself, but in multiplayer you cannot. You need to have somebody do spell fusion with you. Which is good to know, because there are maybe 2 or 3 points in the game where you might actually really need to use magic to actually beat the boss. I know there's one for certain, one set in stone you need magic. The others, not certain. Normally with base equipment, those guys take like 9 hits in total. Should tell you how much I've been leveling this shit up. I'll do everything I can to try to show everything of every level. If I miss something, I apologize. But yes, I'm going to be playing as a little team. And if you look over on the right, I do have one little DLC accessory. It's just the faster health. It's just the speedier health regen. I just, out of all of them, that's the only one that stuck out of my mind the most. Since I like playing the the melee class, health regen seems to be the strongest bonus for said class/race. And I do believe it's safe to say in this game the classes are the races. It's the same thing. I'll take this. If you already have the artifacts once and you collect them again in the levels, you're just going to get a temporary bonus because you're not going to be able to keep the artifacts throughout when you leave. You just pick one to take it with you to get a permanent passive bonus. Might be +1 defense, +1 magic, +1 strength, or +1 heart rate, or +1 command slot. Depending on your character, depending on your race, and depending on how your playstyle is. Personally though, I say get all of them as you go through. At least get all the +1s so that when you get the +2s and the +3s available, you know automatically what to grab. I've always loved this music. that. Take this. There is value to the food in the game. Now to better show off the fusion aspect, up here you have the option to fuse the two. Fire or blizzard suddenly becomes gravity. Now, if you see here, you'll see your favorite foods. As you can see, there's the orange ones, the filled up bars your character likes. Blue, your character's learning to like it. Purple, your character hates it. But, if you eat enough of it, the gauges will fill up. As you can see there, the purple went from purple to blue. Now, I will say you do want to try to keep eating everything if you want to get them all filled up, because the bigger benefit of that is that you get a temporary bonus to a certain stat for each one you eat, and the more you like the food, the longer the bonus lasts, as well as how strong the bonus is. The bigger the bonus. The more you like it, the bigger the benefit. Of course, you could keep them to mail them back to your family when you get done with each dungeon, but I never really do that. I normally just send a guild because it's a good base thing to send to your family in this game. Plus, when you farm out one level over and over again, you get a good chunk of gil to play with for a little while. I'll let the boss cutscenes play out. Look at the pretty waterfall. Of course, it's Final Fantasy, people. We know that it's never just an empty, pretty waterfall. Super crowded. You got me. I didn't move fast enough. There we go. Of course, I am a tad bit overpowered for being this early in the game, considering I've level grinded how many different things. My character's stats are pretty fucking powerful for this early. Now, this is purely a multiplayer thing. If you and 3 friends are just playing and you have your challenge, like say mine, pick up items, you'll end up getting points to see who gets first pick of the artifacts in the next ring, which you're seeing right here. Whoever's number 1 gets first pick. Oh, really? You're really gonna give me more I have to farm out here. You suck. Now, if you have all the grayed out like this, it's recommended you normally go for the crafting material, but since I have the silver bracer, the cat's bell, and the ice brand, 3 fucking artifacts it didn't give me before, sorry, I'm gonna go with the ice brand because the extra strength. Occasionally, you will get rare artifact drops. Now, I'm not gonna go back into there. If anything, I'm gonna farm out the rest of that offline or off screen. Actually, no, I don't think you can. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're going to continue onwards. And yes, as you're traveling through with your caravan, which I do recommend you fill up, I'll show that later. As you're traveling through with your caravan, you'll have random little events like this happen.
Hail, caravaner! Greetings and good day!
I'll admit, I do like that they added voice acting into the game. That added so much more to this that it wasn't really necessary. You really didn't have to. That's the best part about it. You didn't have to. Now, when you select set out, you want to fill up your entire roster with different characters. Of course, me, I like looking at the Selkie women, and some of the Clavat ladies are cute too, so I went with this. But you want to have it filled up so that way when you go back to your town, you have merchants, farmers, alchemists, blacksmiths, everything. Your town has everything you need in order to actually help you farm out powerful stuff to get you ready to continue. At least the blacksmith and the merchant. Those are absolutely necessary. You don't really have to have everything else. It's just nice to have so that your village doesn't look completely empty. But if there's only two, I would honestly recommend blacksmith and merchant. This here's still skin.
Oh, confound it. A miasma stream. I can't stand these things. We Mughals aren't fazed by miasma. But these places give us the creeps. But for you people, the day travel would be more pleasant if we didn't have to worry about places like this. On the other hand, it would also be pretty dull without a challenge now and then. These streams can be a bother, but what...
This is why you want to change your elements to this. Your challenge starts with the element of fire. You want to change it to water while you're in the first dungeon. Otherwise, you won't be able to go through here. Each of these miasma streams have an element associated to them, and if your chalice isn't the same element, you're not going to go through. Now, there is a extra element that allows you to go through all of them without being hindered, but I'll be damned if I remember where the fuck you could get that. I think it was the holy element. I don't know. Alright. The Mushroom Forest. And another fucking little event. I keep forgetting they like to throw little events at you while you're trying to travel. Really ain't got much for you to steal. There's not really much in there that I care about. I mean, what, you steal a little bit of food, maybe some fucking Phoenix Downs or a little gill? It doesn't matter. All of this shit, it's whatever. Yes, they will take shit from your caravan. Now, we're going to the Mushroom Forest. Personally, one of my favorite dungeons, even though it's one of the early dungeons. But I love this place. Our second boss here is a Final Fantasy staple.
When I was a child, I once asked my mother, "Where did I come from?" She answered, "Why, we all sprouted from the Mushroom Forest, of course." Nightmares soon haunted my sleep. I dreamt that I was lost among the toadstools. I awoke in tears, but felt the warmth of my mother's embrace as she comforted me. It is something I still remember to this day.
Now, I will say, the voice actress narrating the different dungeons you go through for the lore, I like that. Hate her singing at the start, like that, when you press new game, hate this game's form of the opening song. So horrible compared to the original. It's off-key as hell compared to the original. Now, another thing, Kate, no, when you're solo, Mog's here to help you. When you're multiplayer, Mog is not here. So you and friends do have to juggle the chalice. It's preferred you, like, as you go through, you just take turns. One person's dedicated to carrying it, the rest are just dedicated to fighting. I'll take this, I'll take that. It's a good first thing to have. Sorry, I love the music. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved this game's music. One of my favorite games when I was younger. Which also made it all the more surprising that they managed to re-release it for fucking PlayStation. Aha, iron. Now these maps do get bigger and much more confusing as you get going along. And different things do open up and become available for the previous dungeons as you get going. Just currently, since it's year 1, they're not available yet. That takes us back to the beginning. I'll take that. Now there's really only 2 spells in solo you need to learn in this game. I'm gonna learn them, teach them to you right now. Fire, blizzard to make gravity, okay? Anything that's really that. But the only other one you really need to pay attention to is fire and raise. Actually, no. My bad. Hold up. We're not going for slow, sorry. Maybe that's the order you got this one. There you go. Raise and fire, it's slow. Not bad, but that's not what you need. It's fire then raise for holy. You need holy for a boss fight. Hands down, or else it's gonna take for fucking ever to kill it. But those are really the only 2 spells you need to know in this game. If you're going solo. If you're playing with friends, just feel free to experiment, but in solo, those are really the only 2 magic spells you need to know in the entire game. Actually, you know what? Let me show you the reason why you want to go with gravity here. Pins them to the ground, and they can't, and they're a lot weaker. Little details like that. They had that in the original too. It's nice little shit like that that made the game so good. Clear gets rid of ailments. Blizzard, everybody knows blizzard. Yep, see? Head it to the ground, it takes only 2 hits to die, just like everything else. Ooh. Oh, wait, I think I already have Man Eater. Stats as is, dude. I'm rocking 35 strength. That's pretty fucking impressive for early in the game. Ah, Earth Pendant. This is a must. Really? Really? Pardon me, people. We're gonna do this again because I want my Earth Pendant. Normally there should be an Earth Pendant there, but this time there was not, and I'm not exactly happy about that. Neat little things here. This is a jar of water. This is a jar of oil. Throw the water, cast lightning, boom, zap area, or blizzard, and it freezes the area. This, obvious, splat, fire, tons of damage. I'm gonna have to do this again just because I want the Earth Pendant. It's straight up a health upgrade. You go from 4 hearts to 5 hearts. The more hearts you have, the better the game gets. The easier the game is. Introducing boss number 2, one of Final Fantasy staples. Probably the easiest form of the Final Fantasy staple as well, too. had to kill Mario on you. I'm overpowered for this part. It's why I'm like, you know what, we're gonna go through this again, and we're gonna get that fucking Earth Pendant. Now, I'm only showing this simply because it's for every single area that you haven't gotten this yet. You'll set the chalice there, the tree will give you a little magical droplet, and your chalice will fill up a little bit more. You have to get 3 drops to fill it up, poof, year 1 is done. Okay, you're taking too long. Sorry. If you want to watch it, you can go ahead and do whatever.
Hail Moogle at your service, Capo.
This is also every single time you first clear a dungeon, you're going to have this.
Here you go, Capo.
Well, you get along with the others. I'm quite worried since I know how careless you could be of sending something hope it proves useful. Take the strange liquid. Sure. Thanks. I'll send you... No. I'll send you a damn Phoenix down. Why not? I got like 17 of them.
I've got your reply, Capo. So long, Capo.
Take physical damage. Barely even got hit there, from what you're telling me. Alright, what do we got? Oh, cool, I did get my Earth Pendant. Alright. Cool, so we don't have to do this again. I'm happy to hear that. It's not that I don't mind doing dungeons again, it's just I want to try to make it to where each video is a year in the game. Literally 3 dungeons, 3 things, done. 3 dungeons, 3 things, done. I'll run through the village and let you enjoy the music. You can buy stuff here. This if you don't really fill out your caravan to where your village has everybody you need. This is essentially the village you're gonna go to for everything, for blacksmithing, buying stuff, alchemy, all that shit. This is the town you're gonna go to for that. But since my main town has everybody, my caravan's full, it's not a problem. Now here's the weird thing. Normally you fight goblins and the goblin boss before you fight orcs and the orc boss, but not in this case. We're going to the Mine of Cthulhu's.
When the grandfather of my grandfather's grandfather was still a child,
That's pretty fucking
no
old.
one in this land could challenge the might of the Lilties.
Which
They
is a cool
forged
little bit of
weapons
lore.
of iron to bring the world under their dominion. But eventually, the mine was exhausted, and the Lilties' unstoppable conquest ground to a halt.
Oh, that's what it is.
The Lilties' ambition vanished along with the iron. They abandoned the mine, where monsters now thrive.
Yep. This is where they start making the dungeons a little bit bigger and a tad bit more in depth. As you get going, these dungeons do start getting really cool. And there is one dungeon that's absolutely fucking massive. Love it. I got 5 hearts. You're gonna have an even tougher time killing me. All will fear the mighty Borgus. Originally, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, when I first played through this, I did so under the means of watching another YouTube playthrough, and it was, I don't know if the guy's profile was Sir Kupo Nut, but I named my character Sir Kupo, and I had that respect for him for a while because I used that dude's playthrough to help me figure out how to play through the game myself. I just never made it all the way through to the end. But I'm pretty fucking confident I know how to get there now. So we can experience all the in-game stuff together. Now I gotta go get that goddamn thing back. Let's kill the orcs. I'll take all the food you guys are dropping. This is good. So make absolutely certain we have everything explored here. Let's go get the damn minecart back. There we go.
I'm tired, Capo. It's your turn.
You get the fuck over it, Mog. Asshole. Tough motherfucker, weren't you? I think I already got that. Ah, move my stuff over here. No, my fire! Be careful of these explosions though, man, because right when you think it's done, they're not. They will catch you off guard and you will burn because of it. Annoying the hell out of me with this log. I mean, after a while when he starts whining, he slows down to the point where it's like, you know what, it's better off if you just do it.
Let me carry the chalice, Capo.
Are you gonna whine within 2 seconds about it, dude? Trust me, I gave Mog about a limited amount of wines within a short amount of time. If he whines within a short period of time after just be like, oh, let me carry it, fuck that. I'll just leave him. I'll just straight up start carrying the chalice myself just so I don't have to deal with it. Anything up here. Keep forgetting that. They more or less have that up there just to waste your time. Up here, but we're still going to explore.
Tired, Capo. It's your turn.
Yeah, I think we're good to continue onwards.
Let me carry the chalice, Capo.
Fuck you, no. You're gonna whine about it.
Chalice, Capo.
You can hold the chalice when we get to the damn boss fight. I got enhanced health regen. I can survive this.
Let me carry the chalice, Capo. Let me carry the chalice, Capo.
Oh my god, just shut up. I never liked Mongs. I never liked Moogles. There's seldom few that I've always liked because they were useful. These ones I've always tolerated. The only thing that I hate is that they really whine a lot. I guess that's one benefit of playing multiplayer. You don't have to worry about hearing Mark bitch and whine. There's another Earth Pendant. Alright. Boom. See how many things are now red? The biggest issue, though, is that the more you eat of everything else, the less you get of, say, like the others, because fish went from blue back to purple. Now we fight the Orc King. The premise of the game is exceptionally dark. The story of it and everything is dark, but the way it's presented and the color scheme of it, it's almost cartoon-like. I've always liked their style of Crystal Chronicles because it's always been almost kiddish as far as the way the presentation's been to me. But yet it always still felt like in its own way a Final Fantasy member. A lot of people don't see that. I do. I've always felt like the first Crystal Chronicles was the best because of shit like this. I never understood what he did, what he does there, but I know it's mostly because I never. All right, third dungeon down, third crystal drop. Chalice is now completely full for the first year.
Hail Moogle at your service, Capo. Here you go, Capo.
Sorry, just the music. What mail did I get this time? Alright, you know what? There. Since I can't send them food because I ate it all, I'll send them gills so they can buy food.
So long, Capo.
It might not look like a lot, but for early in the game, 800 plus gil, that's quite a lot of gil. Damn. I didn't realize my challenge was inflict damage. Yep. See, this is the value of going through and getting all the artifacts as you can. You know automatically what your options are. Ooh, magic +3. That was a rare one. I didn't even realize I got that one. Year one's done. Now let's enjoy the cutscene. They also do a whole year recap. All the events that you came across as well. Diary from year one. The morning of my departure was here at last. I tried to brace myself for the journey ahead. There was a field along the main road where I decided to camp until sunrise. Tomorrow, I set out in search of my Myrrh. Another thing, your caravan members of the top row are the ones that are always going to be holding the torches. Not far from the village, someone called to me. The man introduced himself as Sorat, leader of the caravan from Alphetaria. It seems that news of my caravan had already reached them. They showed me much kindness, and a Moogle named Stiltskin gave me a lesson in combat. Stiltskid's always the coolest Moogle. I never diss Stiltskid. It's all the other Moogles I don't like. But to give you an example of what's going on here, that dome of magical liquid we went through to kill all that stuff to get, that's used to charge the crystal in town so everybody can stay alive longer. Because the world's like just swarmed with miasma. And that's if you're watching this and you don't know what the hell's going on. Boom! Crystal has been revitalized for another year. I'm not gonna lie, I filled up my caravan with purely women, and the reason why most of them are Selkie is because I feel like the Selkie women are the sexiest. Sorry, I just love the music. I wound my way through the vivid green hills to the path to reach River Belt. The attention seemed to flows away. Okay, yeah, giant crab one. It's whatever. I saw the caravan from Alphataria today. The town was already abuzz with talk of the Black Knight, but had more tales to tell. Soul spoke with such enthusiasm that he actually seemed to admire it. It is astonishing how quickly word of the Black Knight has spread, in the spite of the way miasma isolates every town. Sorry, it's just I'm trying to read it at this pace, and it's like I wish I could pick up on the pace on the reading of it. Fields of fun. I'm just letting y'all read all through this. That's why I don't have the diary inputs be read as is. Shared a meal with the caravan from Thumb. They offered me bread and meat fresh from their farm. The bread was incredibly soft and the meat was tender and delicious. But the tough bread Mother bakes is still one of my favorites. Oh, but the tough bread Mother bakes is still one of my favorites. Okay. Early this morning, I passed the caravan from Alphataria. They proudly marched right past me. I must admit, they were an impressive sight. Is that it? Oh, okay. The miasma stream. Many caravans have passed through. Now I will follow in their tracks. I just like reading the diary things here. As soon as it's done, it goes through all the different stuff and end of video. As I approach the mushroom forest, I somehow feel like I'm shrinking. Each toadstool I pass seems smaller than the last. Now I know I'm inside the forest. I'm walking along a rooftop of mushrooms. Although a Malboro blocked my path, I prevailed and collected the myrrh. A drop of myrrh, yep. This place is but a small town at the crossroads. Time washes away everything. Joy, agony, everything. Yep. And then the Mine of Cthulhu's. The Mine of Cthulhu's is a relic of the Lilton Rain. Orcs rule it now. As I ventured deep into the mine, I kept jumping onto my own shadow, cast on the walls by the flickering lamps overhead. Found the Orc King waiting for me at the deepest cavern within. After my victory, I collected yet another drop of mirror. Yep, and that's it. There we go. You too. Now you can't go back into the previous dungeons, but it's not really that much of a point because you don't really get any value out of it. Other than probably what the fuck the drops are. Miasma stream elements do change each year too. But that's it for now. Later.